I'm going to start this video out by saying that as a whole, I love what YouTube has allowed me to do over the years. I've made a career on this website. I can share my videos with the masses and earn a living from it. There's so many things that YouTube does right, with regard to discoverability and letting their creators monetize their creations. But there are things they get horribly wrong, and that's what I'm here to talk about. A story that started a couple weeks ago. I make videos about the history of speedrunning world records, and a couple weeks ago I uploaded my most recent video, the history of Mega Man 2 world records. It was the longest video I had ever made, and I honestly poured my heart and soul into it over the last couple months. I uploaded it, and it pretty quickly got over 1 million views, which is roughly the amount I normally get. However, 4 days later on the morning of September 21st, I got a notification that it had been age restricted. When a video gets age restricted, YouTube is claiming that there's so much adult content in it that it can only receive limited ads, which means you get a fraction of the monetization revenue, and it also gets suppressed in YouTube's algorithm. Surely, I figured this must have been a mistake. There was no sexual content, no adult content, nothing that could have gotten it age restricted. So I appealed it. And 45 minutes later, YouTube told me that my 78-minute video had been carefully reviewed, and my appeal was denied. Rightfully, I was pretty pissed off. I quickly figured out the reason they cited for the age restriction was a clip in the middle, where speedrunner Elonesia used the F-bomb 6 times in a 3-second clip. But their application of the rule made no sense. YouTube's own guide for avoiding limited ads on a video says you should avoid uploading videos that have focal usage of profanity. The example they give for a video like this is a video that uses a curse word in every sentence. I looked at my own video. It contained 19 curse words, out of 12,000 overall words throughout the entire video. That works out to roughly 0.16% of all words being curse words. For comparison, the Angry Video Game Nerd has a video on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where roughly 34 out of 1,000 words are curse words, or roughly 3.4% of all words in the video being curse words. His video has 21 times the amount of cursing mine does per capita. Yet mine is the one that was somehow restricted for excessive swearing. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that the AVGN's video should be age restricted. His video does have a lot of cursing, but it's not in every sentence, which once again is the example that YouTube gave. But why is my video, where 0.16% of all words are curse words across a 78-minute documentary, the one that gets age restricted? Now, YouTube actually has conflicting policies on this. They also have a separate vulgar language page, which has a list of things that can get your video age restricted. One of them cites a sustained rant with heavy profanities. Elonesia's supposed rant was 3 seconds long. Is that a sustained rant? Objectively, there's no way that 3 seconds could be considered a sustained rant. It's a 78-minute video. A 3-second clip is approximately 0.06% of the video's length. That is not a sustained rant. The next day, YouTube got back to me and told me that they had made a mistake. My video should not have been age restricted. I'm not sure why it took them 30 hours to figure that out, but thankfully they recognized it and lifted the age restriction. So now my videos could be seen by everyone. But the problem wasn't really fixed. This is my video's graph of suggested video views. Basically, it's the views it received over time from being suggested to people in the YouTube algorithm. It was performing normally until it was age restricted, then it completely flattened. And even after lifting the age restriction, it never recovered. So even though YouTube had technically lifted the age restriction, my video still had a small fraction of the visibility it was supposed to have. I was told by multiple sources that this would recover in a few days, but it never happened. I figured I'd just have to cut my losses and move on with just a portion of the revenue I was supposed to receive from this video. I also knew that it was very unlikely it would ever be promoted again in the future, looking at how flat the graph was. So, I moved on and figured that was just the end of it. But this morning, 8 days later, I woke up to an email that my video had been age restricted once again. YouTube clarified in an email. Their reversal of the decision 8 days ago was apparently incorrect, and the age restriction should have remained in place. I don't get this. I seriously do not get it. I don't get how videos with 21 times the amount of swearing per capita don't get flagged while mine does. I don't get how YouTube can review a 78-minute video in 45 minutes and determine it should be age restricted, then reverse their decision 30 hours later, then come back 8 days later and tell me, no, they apparently had it right the first time. And to clarify, if you or even YouTube as a whole didn't want ads on any videos with swearing, that's perfectly fine. I have no issue with that. But tell us that beforehand, and we can adjust accordingly. Don't give us these incredibly vague rule sets, and then even when I oblige by them, insist that I'm somehow violating them even when videos with 21 times more swearing are apparently perfectly fine. And I'll say it again, I really do like YouTube overall, but these incredibly inconsistent and obviously illogical rulings make it so much harder to thrive on their platform. Now, this is by no means necessary, of course, but if you're willing and able, I'd appreciate any support you could give me on Patreon. I'm losing out on a lot of revenue from this situation, and now that I'm doing this full time, it hurts quite a bit. But most importantly, please share this video around. Any tweets, posts to Reddit, sharing it with friends, anything will help. I want people to hear this story. Please make YouTube give me an explanation for what they've done. I don't see how, when comparing it to other videos on the platform, this 78-minute Mega Man 2 documentary is somehow the one that deserves to be age restricted. But I'm completely at the mercy of YouTube. Thanks for watching.